Hey, this is Pops, and if you're like me, you're going to find yourself not knowing how to feel about this one. A live action Scooby Doo project moves forward. That's right. The Greg Berlanti group has got a deal, even though it's not 100% official, working via Warner Brothers over with Netflix to reimagine and have a new live action Scooby Doo series. And it says series, not a film. And originally, I thought this was a live action film, but it says series. Greg Berlanti will be working with Josh Applebaum and Scott Rosenberg. Now, on the surface, everyone's going to be associated. The press releases and the articles talk about how they had worked on Cowboy Bebop. Now, the Cowboy Bebop adaptation was a disaster, right? But Applebaum is in particular, he's a producer. He's not a writer on that project. And I don't think Rosenberg wrote it either. I'm not sure they totally get the blame for the debacle that is the Cowboy Bebop thing. And they both come from track records of writing good things, right? Applebaum is a writer back as Ghost Protocol and the newer Ninja Turtle movies, which you can say are flawed, and they are. He wrote Wonder Park and some things like that, but he's also worked in a lot of TV. Over the last couple of years, Cowboy Bebop, one of them, High Fidelity being another thing that was not well received. So, very sort of conflicting things on his resume. In Rosenberg as well, similar things, right? All the way back to like High Fidelity, but he also wrote the Gone in 60 Seconds remake, which was not very good. He wrote, or at least has co-writing credentials, writing the new two Jumanji movies and the Venom film. So again, okay, not great. They both have sort of like that potential to do something well with a Scooby Doo film, but at the same time, they also have the track record to show they could be an absolute unmitigated disaster. So the film, really, at this point, we don't have a lot of details. It talks about the Scooby Doo live action series is executive produced by Greg Berlanti. And you'll know Greg Berlanti's name through like the WB Arrowverse type projects and those kinds of things. So, again, hit and misses, nothing that we're going to be too thrilled about. Produced by Greg Berlanti, Sarah Schechter, and Lee London Redman. Berlanti Productions, as well as Applebaum Rosenberg, alongside Andre Nemec and Jeff Pinkner under their Midnight Rodeo banner. Berlanti Productions, Jonathan Gabe, and Midnight Radio's Adrian Erickson executive producer. See, I just hate the fact that we already have one, two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight, nine people as producers. Like, how do we get nine people to agree on anything? Like, I just this to me is one of the red flags. Not only the hit and misses on the resume, it's how do you get people who are going to sit in a room and agree on anything, right? I just don't see it. This is the Hollywood Reporter article, and it says the live action dramatic take on Scooby Doo comes after Warner Brothers Pictures relaunched the beloved franchise about a dog and his friends, Shaggy, Fred, Velma, and Daphne, sometimes with the lesser loved nephew, Scrappy Doo. Oh, dear Lord, help us. Who solved mysteries in a live action feature film in the early 2000s. The pick, penned by James Gunn, starring Freddie Prinze Jr., Sarah Michelle Gellar, Matthew Lillard, and Linda uh, Cardellini and Rowan Atkinson grossed 275 million worldwide, prompted a sequel. But no one is knocking down the door for more Scooby Doo or live action Scooby Doo because of the previous iteration. It was tolerable and it's fine for the kids in the room for the most part. But even that is riddled with obviously there's pot smoking innuendos and food innuendos and it's just stuff that it was also trying to push the envelope of how far it could go with what otherwise is a very fun, sweet, and innocent sort of like 70s nostalgia mystery Nancy Drew type project that was done with a cool little group with fun characters. Then it goes on to get into, the Warner's corporate sibling Max launched the animated spinoff Velma, geared towards adult. Oh dear lord, it's a Mindy Kaling self-insert. It just dropped, by the way. Then it talks about 1969 being created by Joe Ruby and Ken Spears. The animated cartoon syndication through CBS and ABC canceled in '86. So yeah, 17. Yeah, I didn't know it was on that long. I know it's on and off for several years. But yeah, different spin-offs, different TV movies, things like that. So now the drama comes after Bolani continues to deliver for Netflix. In addition to Lifetime turned down Netflix hit You, Berlanti recently launched Max Transfer Dead Boy Detectives. That's a Sandman spinoff. The series is considered an offshoot and is considered to be a big hit. Now, we'll see. We'll see. Haven't given that a watch yet. And it just talks about some of the different successes that he's had, the TV roster that dates all the way back to like Superman and Lois, things like that. And Brillianti's been around a long time, so Scooby-Doo would be a prolific move for them, following the foray into Amazon Citadel and MGM's From. The company is rep by WME. This is the Midnight Radio. So I don't know. What do you guys think? Couldn't be more hit and miss for me. Couldn't be more. Oh, I'd like to see a live action or more Scooby Doo, but I want to see good Scooby Doo. I want to see Scooby Doo that could be fun. Kind of the way I feel about Wednesday, right? Wednesday was this nice, pleasant surprise of being something that felt nostalgic, family friendly, and for the most part, I mean, it's not for like little kids, like Scooby Doo age kids, but that's the problem. Like, what's the target audience? Are you going to try to make more crap for adults? Because can you just make stuff for adults? Why do we have to keep making Scooby Doo for adults? Why do we have to keep making cartoon stuff for adults now? That makes no sense whatsoever. Instead, why don't you make good Scooby Doo? Why don't you adapt like Zombie Island or something? Why don't you do something that could be interesting for kids, but do it in a way that adults won't hate themselves and want to scrape their cerebral cortex off as they're watching the film? So that's my take. Love to hear from you guys. Talk to you guys soon. Thanks for watching. I am Pops.